What's up, traders? Trust you are doing great. Today's episode, we're talking about trend reversal. Episode 1. This is GBP USD. So now, basically, you have been trading GBP, right? Just give me a minute. Let me connect this guy. Okay, so you've been shorting GU and you've been shorting GU, and then all of a sudden you start shorting it and it keeps stopping you out. So what you want to do at that point is you want to hold on. You want to take a break. For example, let me just give a good example. Look at this zone somewhere around here. When price tested this zone after a whole long um push up, look at this impulse leg from year to year. That's more than that's more than how many that's more than how many pips? Let me measure that. Just hold on. Let me measure this. Let's say we shot from here. That's That's 20,071. That's 2,000. Guys, the pips is much. Okay. Now, at this zone, price just stopped dropping and started pushing back up. Now, you want to identify what a trend. You want to know when price will start pushing back to the upside. The first thing price is going to do is this. It's going to create a candlestick pattern for you to see. Okay, the candlestick pattern this guy created here. This this is a bullish engulfing candle. After just see one candle, look at how it cover all of these bearish candles. So that alone should be a red flag, like, hey bro, it's no more time for selling. Okay, so you wanna look at those. Now the second thing for you to also spot out is price has once been here, it tested it, then reversed and started heading upward. Okay, definitely you should be watching out for what this zone here. Definitely. So this is how you identify trend reversal. Price has once been in a certain zone. You want to watch out when the price is reaching at that zone. So if I'm trading the market and anytime I notice that when price reaches here, a push up. Anytime 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 price reaches here. At the time when I was trading, I was looking at this. So I stopped shouting the market somewhere around here. Okay, and I was watching. Okay, price started pushing up before dropping down. So you want to monitor this particular area. It could still come and test this zone and start pushing up. But in regardless of that, you always create a candlestick pattern. So you want to identify candlestick patterns and you want to identify what market structure. This is the second one. Now look at from when price started heading upward, price created what an inverted head and shoulders before heading upward. So price is always going to create some kind of pattern. Okay, if you want to see it very well, scroll down on the weekly time frame for you to see the patterns very clear. So that's the inverted head and shoulders. Now, what price created here was what? You see, price created with an inverted head and shoulders before reversing to the upside. You can see that, right? Shoulder. That is it. You wait for the break of the neckline. Okay, price always create a market structure. If price does not create a market structure, most of the time it's going to create it, or it shows you a candlestick pattern. Now, another way to spot price reversal, change of the trend, is by using what your trend lines, which I'm going to be explaining. Okay, now for example, we've been shorting GU, or we've been buying. I want to work with this push to the upside, this impulse leg. We've been buying. Now if I take my trend line from year to year, remember that the secret of drawing a trend line, you're touching the two most outermost part of the wicks. Okay, this is it. This is it. Good. Now from here, when price finally broke out, what happened? Price started heading downward. You see that, right? Price head downward. Okay, so you want to watch out for trend lines. Look at look at this trend line. When price finally broke out from this trend line, it drew a trend line like this. Make sure it's touching the most outermost part of the wick. When price finally breaks, it's heading downward. Okay, let's take a typical example using gold. Gold has a good example. Okay, so I'll just run a total review on gold. First things first. First things first. First things first. Candlestick pattern. You want to look at the candlestick pattern it has formed. Okay, before a trend starts reversing. Okay, now gold form what here? A morning star. Okay, an evening star. Sorry, an evening star, and then price started dropping down. Okay, same thing here. Gold formed what here? The three cruise. Okay, before price started pushing to the downside. So he always shows you what a candlestick pattern. Okay, and in as much as he showed us a candlestick pattern, the second thing he showed us was a double top formation. I think you all know a double top formation. If you've not understood what double top formation is, check out my previous video on market structure on the channel. So market price actually what created what? A double top formation and started heading downward. Now also let's take now with our trend lines. Look at what happened here. Remember we say we draw from the most outermost part of the wicks. This first trend line is one right here. Price finally broke out. When price finally broke out, what happened? Price started heading downward. It did not only break out the first trend line, it broke out the overall trend line, trying to tell that bro, I'm now heading down. Okay. So if we scroll down on the daily time frame, there are just a whole lot of examples. There are just a whole lot of examples. For example, let me use a scenario whereby price has not broken out and explain. Guys, these things are very important. It saves you from shitload of mistakes that can take you years and years. Okay, now look at this. This is a week. This is a week. We touch it and allow it slide. Okay, good. Now just imagine, right? Just imagine price does this. You see this bullish candle pushing up. Price does this. Broke out. Guys, that's really a red flag. Broke out. Does not only broke out, bounces, retrace, and then start heading what? Start pushing up somewhere around here. What would like what a normal human being what will you be thinking at this area? Because first of all, price has been anytime it tests it push down, test push down, test push down, test push down. So impulse leg correction, price has failed to break this overall trend line. So if price definitely breaks it, it gives me a stimulus on my brain that price wants to actually reverse. So just by drawing your trend lines properly, drawing your trend line properly helps you identify the trend. Okay. Let's take an example. EU, Euro, USD. Good. The same thing. Okay. Look at how price has been testing this guy, testing, falling, testing, falling, testing, falling. That's to tell that this is a very strong trend line. Should in case, should in case price comes break out from this trend line, your whole concept about this market should start changing. Okay, you should be thinking of buying this market or longing the market if price does this. But I'm certain price is going to test this next zone. Well, I'm not God. I only trade what I see. I only trade what I feel. Because what I felt has put me in a whole lot of issues. I've lost money just because of this. Okay, so basically let's look at gold. EU, why EU was pushing to the upside. Let's just take this example. So trend line helps you a whole lot. Okay, now for example, see this push to the upside. Go was EU was actually pushing to the upside. You just take your term trend line and you draw it like this. Guys, look at this. You see this? This is what's going to save you. This guy, this trend line. Look at that. Now, when price finally broke out from that trend line, look at what happened. Look at price actually shot down to this downside. Okay, so you want to use your trend lines properly. Now let's take this guy somewhere around here. Always make sure you draw your trend lines properly. The two most outermost wicks. Look at this. Two most outermost wick. Two most outermost wick. So in this situation, what is the two most outermost wick? That should be your goal in your trend line. Look at this guy here. Tap tap. Those are the two most outermost wick that made my trend line go like this. And look how price fell. So trend line kind of give you a feel. If price does not break this trend line, it will always keep heading up. Okay, if price does not break this trend line, it will just keep pushing up. But from here, you'll be like, okay, price is actually heading down. Don't sell here. Do not sell here. Because price can come and test this trend line and push back up and kick you out. Okay, so I'll be doing a part 2 of how to identify trends, a trend reversal on the market. Okay, okay, see you guys in the next video.